Genesis chapter 6, the shadow of awareness. After the long lineage of awakening, awareness multiplies. Humanity has learned to build, name, create, and possess. The spirit that once walked in harmony now forgets its source, caught in the brilliance of its own becoming. The sons of God saw the daughters of men. The higher and the lower unite. Divine potential intertwines with human desire. Spirit merges with matter, and consciousness, enchanted by form, descends fully into embodiment. This union gives rise to the Nephilim, the mighty ones, symbols of inflated power and distorted remembrance. They are the projections of the half-awakened self, great in strength but empty of humility. Awareness, once luminous, becomes infatuated with its reflection. It seeks mastery over form instead of harmony within it. The earth mirrors the inner world. As self-obsession grows, corruption spreads. The earth was filled with violence, the war within the heart manifesting outwardly. Division matures into chaos, and spirit, stretched thin through endless striving, aches for rest. The imagination of the heart turns toward fear and illusion. Thought cut off from source fills the inner landscape with noise and confusion. Awareness grieves within itself, the ache of being realizing how far it has wandered from its center. Yet amidst the noise stands Noah, the one who finds grace. In him, awareness remembers stillness, the quiet integrity that holds when the world forgets. Noah is the seed of remembrance, the pure element of consciousness that endures even in density. The voice of being speaks of rhythm. There comes a time when what has descended too deeply into distortion must dissolve. Noah is called to build the ark, the vessel of remembrance. The ark is the inner sanctuary that shelters what is essential and true. Within it, pairs of all living things are gathered. The masculine and feminine, reason and intuition, action and rest, the complete harmony of creation preserved for renewal. To gather food is to collect the nourishment of the soul, wisdom, awareness, and trust to sustain the self through transformation. Genesis 6 marks the crisis of consciousness, the moment when awareness, burdened by its own brilliance, must surrender to be reborn. It shows what happens when potential turns to pride. Humanity, now aware of its creative power, begins to misuse it. The divine spark becomes entangled in greed and self-importance. The giants represent the inflated ego, powerful but lacking humility and balance. The story of unions between higher awareness and earthly desire describes the meeting of spirit and flesh. When this meeting loses balance, the result is inner conflict outwardly expressed as unrest and violence. Sometimes the structures we build around ourselves must dissolve so deeper truth can reappear. Noah represents the quiet center inside each of us that still remembers truth. The ark is the inner refuge, the heart space that keeps balance while the outer world shifts. The pairs of animals remind us to carry both sides of ourselves together: instinct and intuition, action and stillness, strength and tenderness. Genesis 6 is the shadow of awareness, the descent that prepares the soul for renewal. Sometimes the self must break open before it can become whole again. Rest here a moment with that image, the ark within you, steady as the waters rise and fall.